This is Rich with another episode of BrokenBox TV. We're here with PrimoMixx, also known as Optimus Primo. How you doing, sir? Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
It's a wonderful evening. So first of all, let's just get into where you're from, how you got started in music, and how everything that's happened in your life as of now has happened with relation to music.
All right, well, it's been pretty eventful, but I'm from Miami, born and raised here. I've been all over Miami. When I was younger, man, my aunt was actually a recording artist, and it was cool. Like, when I was really young in elementary school, I remember she took me to the studio a couple times, and it was dope. Big spot on the beach with an auditorium, you know what I'm saying? And whatever, me and my sister would put on the costumes and run around, you know, but it was just always intriguing to me. And then by the time I was in middle school, it was either that or basketball, you know, so I actually started thinking that I wanted to be an artist, you know, not knowing obviously how hard it is to do that, especially nowadays. And then eventually started making my own beats and started mixing my own records, and then, you know, it just ended up reversing. Now I mix records, produce songs, and then, you know what I'm saying, write. I don't even rap or sing, really, you know.
Can you talk a little bit about how that happened, why you decided to go away from being an artist and instead choose to become a producer, an engineer, and do more things in that lane of the music industry instead of just being an artist?
I felt like there were people that I was around at certain times in, you know, my career, my early career, that I felt they would be better off as the artist, or at some points at producing the record, and I would just, you know, my strong point for that specific record would be to sit back and either mix it or produce it, or, you know, do some maybe backgrounds or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I just ended up getting more comfortable, and it was just comfort level. And, you know, I started working at a couple different studios, and, you know, working with other engineers and producers, and I fell in love with the craft.
We know that you have some records on the radio. You care to expand a little bit about how you were able to get such records on the air and how that came about?
Well, I had nothing to do with getting them on the air. I just you know, did the job in the studio, and, you know, we worked actually really hard on a lot of those records. You know, some of them even took more than a couple days. You know, 3-4 days, some even a week. But yeah, actually it's cool. I was actually listening to Sol 95.7, and I heard this Fuego record that we did like 2 years ago still, and it's still playing on the radio, so that's actually really cool. But yeah, I have nothing to do with the radio budgets or nothing, not yet at least, you know?
No, but that's great. It's good to see young artists, especially from Miami, you know, getting love in the city. And speaking about that, I wanted to know how you felt about being a young artist in Miami, being a young engineer, young producer. Do you feel like it's difficult at times? Do you feel like you've been able to learn your way around the music scene, or, you know, was it that difficult to get on?
Yeah, it was hard. I mean, 8 days a week, you know what I'm saying? There's no 7 days a week, it's 8 days a week you're working, you know what I'm saying? Because you go into the studio and it's not one 8-hour shift, you know what I'm saying? You might stay in there for 3-4 days sometimes, and think back halfway through like, oh man, I need to shower, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy, you know, ordering, delivering, just working. You just gotta work. There's nothing like experience.
Care to tell the people what they can expect from PrimoMixx in the future? What, you got anything special brewing in the pot right now?
So, you know, a lot of things in the process, but definitely a lot more producing. Always a lot of mixing. Working with some great songwriters right now, great producers, the Morris brothers, Vane, obviously, you know, so definitely just a lot more records.
Great. And why don't you tell the people where they can find your stuff, where they can go to check you out, and where they can get more information on you?
Twitter is mainly where I'm at PrimoMixx.
Well, thank you again for having us. This is BrokenBox TV.